Rawr. I got something in my mouth.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I look good.
This is the new us, the new Sandra, the new Caleb.
Yeah. We're all the same now.
Oh,
We are all wolf.
do I have something on my cheek? What is that right there?
You need to shave.
Oh yes, the shave.
Can we be done with this?
Is
Is the bit done? Is the bit done
now?
Oh my god, you look like an elder wolf that's lost all of its teeth. Rah 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 rah
Okay.
rah. Okay.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Did you get your money's worth?
I think
That was
so.
amazing.
Was that
I'm
worth
gonna wear
30 bucks?
this.
Was that worth 30 bucks?
I don't know.
Okay.
You tell me.
Yeah, it was
I'm
all
gonna
right.
wear this other times.
Hey there, everyone! Welcome to the Cult Show.
I know I have like fibers. I have fibers.
The things we do
Hi.
for fun.
We're having
So-
fun, god damn it.
Hey, we are. We're dressing up as werewolves. Wearing what are these called again? Alligators? Crocodiles?
If you were
Gators?
talking, I couldn't hear you. I took out my ear.
I was. Gators.
Oh,
These are
yeah.
called gators, right?
Yes, a gator, like
gator.
a Gaiter, a gator. I love it. I'm totally gonna wear mine, like
Okay,
in public,
good.
because I think this
Excellent.
is sick. It's
Mm.
one of the best gifts I've ever gotten. I hope you didn't want it back, because now it has my my
No,
DNA
that
all
is
over
for
it.
you. That is my COVID gift to you.
Yeah, I love it. It makes me. Oh, I should run. When I run the trails in the
Yes,
forest.
that'd be cool.
I'll frighten away like any like mountain lions or bears or anything.
Can you run doing that too? Going "Rawr" as you're running?
Yeah, well, yeah, I have to assert myself as an alpha predator of the forest, so I
Good.
do that anyway. Yeah,
Excellent.
you guys, I'm
So-
really excited about tonight's show.
Are you excited? You should be.
Yeah,
I hope
I
you
am.
are.
I'm so I asked for this, and the universe gave it to me.
You asked for it.
Yep, I asked for it.
We are gonna shovel it to everyone right in their
Messed up my hair, you
mouths.
guys.
What's that?
The thing messed up my hair, though.
Oh, your hair. I know. So
I know.
So hey, welcome to the Cult Show, everyone. We are back at you live on the tubes of you, if you will. Joining us so
won't.
far.
Let's not say that anymore.
No more tubes of
No.
you. That sounds like a
Shut it down.
Lord of the Ring things to me. You should be in love with that.
Like, it's more
The
Yoda,
tubes
if
of
anything.
you.
Okay, so you're saying it in honor of Ian Holm, who passed
yes.
away.
I am saying it
Sorry,
in honor of
Ian
Ian
Holm.
Holm.
Ian Holm, rip.
Rip. He's deed. Okay, so Mindy is with us, Laura and Lewis and Scott's here. Hey Scott.
Oh, hi.
What's up? Nothing from Michael yet. Hey
Yeah.
guys, good to see
we
you
got
all.
turkey lurkeys out there. I see you, turkey lurkeys.
Them turkeys are lurking.
They're lurking.
So, what's happening? What's going on? Kayla's being very quiet so far. You don't like the werewolf thing, it doesn't seem like.
I loved it. It was
Maybe he's
amazing.
more of a
It
vampire.
was great. No. It was great. It was wonderful.
Are
I was
we
just
all-
reading. I was just reading.
Are we all
what
wolf
people think.
identifying folk here? We're all wolves as opposed to vampires.
No,
Now that we've
I'm wolf friendly.
you're wolf friendly. Oh.
I'm wolf
I like-
adjacent.
I'm an ally. I'm a wolf ally.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
good. I love vampires. God knows, but I'd still rather be a werewolf.
Well, I think we cleared that up last time on our vampire
Yeah.
show.
Well, yeah, but
Right.
like
And
some
Neil and I
people
would rather
weren't
be
sure.
vampires,
Okay.
right?
I don't
You
know.
indicated.
Neil, you seem kind of wolf-like.
That's because I have fleas and I like
Yeah.
to scratch myself a lot.
Well, that's why.
But yeah.
That's
Otherwise, I might lean vampire, I think, if I had a choice.
Well, maybe you should take some like advantage, some heart guard. It's good for like 3 months.
I should try that. I don't know. They have a lot of good treatments now compared to the old day of wearing that really tight collar.
I know. Yeah. At least the
Hated that
collar,
thing.
That thing
nothing
gets
else,
itchy.
but-
Yeah.
Hated that thing. Oh my
Oh.
god, that's a blood red drink. You have a cat in the background, Neil. Oh, I think it was Karma.
Are you sure
Okay.
it's not a werewolf?
That's what I'm
Oh,
worried
that
about.
would be that'd be amazing if a werewolf busted through Neil's window right now, just like
I know.
Wet and got
and
me.
we and we had it forever on the tube of you.
Yeah, and I'd be like, I knew they were real. Ha! Fuck
The
you
tube
guys.
of you captured it.
But then I'd be sad because Neil's gone.
Yeah, you'd be sad for like exactly,
Yeah.
Caleb. Thank you.
Well, I
You'd be
wouldn't have a
"Eh."
twin anymore. I'd have to like try to seek out a new twinsy. You can't just make a new twin.
No one's gonna buy us masks anymore.
That's right.
No one's gonna, but, that's
one's
also
gonna-
I
No one's
know.
gonna fight with
I
me
can't
about
even
the.
get a friendship bracelet from you, Sandra.
no one's.
Yeah,
no one's
really.
gonna muddle fruit anymore. Who will muddle my fruit? So besides
what-
werewolves, yeah.
Speaking of that, what are we drinking tonight? What is the drink of
Um,
choice? Sandra's doing sparkly water of some kind.
The standard, yes,
Okay.
cherry flavor.
Ooh, fancy. Caleb's got red.
Vodka crayon.
Vodka crayon. I got vodka fruit punch. Well, fruit punch
Ooh.
sparkling flavored drink.
Sparkling flavored drink. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's
it's
so
not like
nice.
Hawaiian punch
I
or
know. I'm
anything.
sad that it's not Hawaiian punch or high C.
Nope. But
Or
this is like a low calorie, no calorie thing. But
But they
Like
look nice.
Caleb.
Y'all's drinks look nice and bloody though.
yeah, that was the hope.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You look
There
like
you
a
go.
beauty influencer. Hold it up. Can you see it? Is it focusing? Now you're a lizard, which we always knew.
Oh, I thought that was like I was trying to laugh at like a dog, but still
It
look at
was
the camera.
it was reading lizard from here.
I'm sorry, Scott. Was that eerily sexual to you?
Yeah, I'm sure that sounded great in his ear. Cheer! Should we cheers?
Cheers.
Cheers, friends.
Cheers. Hey, yeah. Guess who's here? It's
Who's here?
Kenneth. Wow, Kenneth is live.
Hi, friend.
What's up,
Long
Kenneth?
time no see.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We're so glad you left that loser job you had at wherever it was, flicking pills to the hayseeds, and now you're with us, where you should be.
He was
So-
a drug dealer.
He was a drug dealer. He was,
Cool.
but now he left. Now he's working.
A
I think he
legal
said
one,
at
but-
UPS.
Let's clarify that. A legal drug dealer.
Depends who you talk to, but
Yeah. I mean, everyone can be bought. We all have a price.
we
I
do
know I
have a price. Yeah.
Can I show you guys? Kind of like show you my shirt. Kind of. It's kind of hard to
Yeah,
like
please
with
show.
this situation. So it's actually for the movie Creep, of which I am a huge fan. I love
Okay.
Creep and Creep 2. You guys have not seen Creep, right? I think we've
No, I
discussed
have
this. Okay. Must sees. But I have Peach Fuzz.
Oh, cool.
Yes. And then at the bottom it says embrace your inner wolf.
Nice. That's
And
perfect
if
for
you've
tonight.
seen the movie, it makes sense.
Okay.
And if you have seen the movie, you can sing the Peach Fuzz song with me later.
Is it a werewolf movie?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. They just
Not
put
at
one
all.
on the shirt.
They just put a shirt. So did you
Gotta
see that
see
my
it.
shirt? My shirt also. I can't see too much.
It says Creep
It's
Show.
also says creep, but
Oh my god, we're such creeps.
it's got this is the brand new one that you freaking told me about that I had to buy.
Oh my god, I peer pressured Neil into it.
So this is from the cool graphic book that they had from the 80s. It's hanging
Yeah.
on our wall at the studio.
Yes, I
Okay.
So-
love that shirt. I love it.
I fell in love with it when I saw it. I was like, "Damn you, Sandra!"
Well, I
But-
told you, I was like, dude, don't sleep on it because Creep Show is your favorite and then
I
you're going
know.
to miss out.
So I got this and one other one. So we have to thank Fright Rags for taking more of my money. So thank you for that.
Yay. Thank you, Bright Rags. Kitty's back behind you, Neil. Kitty's back.
Kitty's there?
Yeah.
That's a dog.
Oh, no, it's a dog. Oh, my goodness.
That's
it's a
weird. I don't own
pooper.
a dog. I don't even know who that is.
Oh,
It's a
it's a
werewolf.
werewolf then. It's a werewolf.
Who are
yeah.
you? Why are you here? Ah, it's coming for me.
Oh, the poor
Okay.
thing. He's like, run away.
That's actually Agent Jack Bauer. That is his name. So
That's cute.
yeah. And he is sitting under my feet. Okay. So what are we talking about today? Or not yet, but I mean, what are we talking about before we talk about what we talk about today?
I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about swearwolves.
Oh yeah. So you guys saw or maybe you didn't see that I was on Creature Features a couple weeks ago And
Yes.
we watched we watched the movie as you always do. You two are going to be on in July. So I'm just waiting for
date to be determined.
Waiting for that date because he's still not 100% sure if he can go back to Thursdays or if he has to keep filming on Saturdays based on what's happening with COVID.
Hey, whenever we will be there. We will be there.
That'll be exciting for you guys, for me to watch you guys on the old telly. But
aren't you going to be on too?
No, just you two.
Really?
No one needs to look at me again. So it's better with the two people.
Now I'm nervous. Now I don't want to do it.
But you're my twinsie.
I will be there, like probably running a camera for the guy, helping out. But
see, it's more like indentured servitude. Got it. Okay.
Maybe. But from that show, we picked up a few subscribers, and one of them is named Pastor Neil Ainsley. So we have a man of the cloth. Subscribe to the channel now.
Hi.
Does he walk around singing the Poltergeist 2 song?
Yeah, I wonder if he does.
Yeah. If
God is in his holy temple.
If he's a true pastor and horror fan, there's not really any other option.
Yeah, but before, Mike used to be our only man of the cloth, and now we've got two.
My God.
So
oh my God, we're gonna have to have a pastor battle royale.
Pastor battle.
It's like Highlander. There can be only one, and you have to take their enemy's head, and then you take their holy power when you take their head. It's a whole thing. You guys are gonna love it.
Okay, what the plan, Matt? I'm sure that
idea.
That would be a good VOD. I have to think that would be good for some,
right?
Like WWF or WWE. What's it called?
It's WWE now.
WWE now.
But what's the big once a year thing they do?
WrestleMania.
Thank you. Sorry. Like a big, past. I don't know. Anyway, get them on the phone.
They could do a Hell in the Cell since they're pastors.
Yeah, I'd be down for a Hell in the Cell match like that.
Nice.
I love WWE. For those who don't know at home, I'm a huge fan. I watch it every week. So yeah, 100%. Yeah. Cool. So
good job.
What I'm saying is we have to have this battle.
Okay. Michael doesn't appear to be with us, so he can't defend himself right now or talk trash. So
perfect.
Perfect.
Leave it down in the comments, Michael.
Yeah, you're missing out, dude.
And Pastor Neil.
Other than that, so Sandra, did you watch on Shudder yet the Scream Queen?
No, I haven't.
No? Okay.
Did you watch it?
I did, yeah.
Okay. I'm very excited
recommend.
to see
it's
it.
fun. It's fun to watch, yeah.
Oh,
so
Caleb,
Caleb has Shudder, everyone.
I got Shudder.
Everyone. That's like the most exciting news.
It's huge.
Breaking news.
It's huge.
It's huge.
I have not watched
It'll be huge.
but I did start watching Cursed movies.
Oh yeah, the Cursed film series we talked about.
So so far I've watched The Exorcist one and Poltergeist.
Nice.
So I'm not watching in order really per se, but
they're all great. I wish they'd be more.
Yeah.
So good.
I don't think any film is really cursed yet. But some odd things have definitely happened. That's for sure.
Jury's out. We shall see.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
No, so that Exorcist one, I mean, it was good to see everything, but when it got to the point of the real Exorcist guy, who is so full of crap, you're just like, oh my God, this is ridiculous.
That's why it was so great, though, is because he was so awful. And we talked about this on Spooky Slumber Party too. It was like one of those things where they didn't even have to call the guy out in the episode. It's all like you just see it. And you see the money and stuff, and you're like, it was very classy of Shudder or whoever produced it to be like
how they did it, to be like, no judgment, or we're not going to say anything, but
exactly. It was kind of like the Kermit meme, like it's none of my business.
Yeah,
sipping that tea.
And if he truly did want to get rid of demons, then he would do it for free. But
exactly.
If he was even able to, I probably just preying on people's fears, but that's my opinion.
Well, that's what we do too at the Cult Show. We also prey upon people's fears.
But we don't
Sandra preys on mine mainly.
But we don't charge you for it.
Yet. We will come to your home.
We pay with our life essence.
Yeah. Once you get to a certain Patreon tier, we will come to your home and perform an exorcism on you. Or implant a demon, if that's like more your thing. We'll just like put it in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just take my money now.
Holy crap! We got a gentleman named Mark in there who's a former pastor as well.
Oh my gosh!
Known as the machine gun preacher when in the army.
Wow! Well, you
That's
would definitely
awesome.
win in the battle then.
Sounds like you have a leg up, Mark.
Yeah. But hi, Mark. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for chiming in. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Don't
Thanks
be
for being here.
shy.
That's cool.
So what else? What else you guys
Machine
got?
gun preacher. That's a
super
movie.
rad.
That's got to be a movie.
Well,
It
there's
is. With,
Velocipaster.
No, there was a movie called The Machine Gun Preacher with
Oh, okay.
Gerard Butler, I think.
Oh.
Based
There's
on a
also
true story. Maybe it's about Mark.
there's also a rapper / actor named Machine Gun Kelly. Perhaps there is a correlation.
Yes, he was supposedly dating Megan Fox now.
Oh, look, Caleb's got all of our celebrity
I
gossip.
know, Caleb got all. He's got all the dish. Caleb knows.
Yeah, he knows.
Oh, Caleb. He's our what's that, Mac? What are the Star or what are those English rags are? You know,
Like
that
the
dish and all
Inquirer.
that? The Inquirer. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Caleb in a nutshell.
That's Caleb. Yeah. He knows it all about the celebrities. Okay. So, Sandra, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about one of my favorite subjects in the entire world, werewolves. Werewolves and the people that love them. Oh, wait, Neil's a werewolf again.
That's why we love him.
Look at how creepy that is.
Yeah,
oh my
like
god,
a-
and now the eyes are like unfolding
Uh-oh.
and it's a whole
Okay.
it's a whole thing. So we did this list a little bit differently than we normally do. We all kind of combined and made through a mathematic and scientific method. We went to the brightest minds at UC Davis to help us come up with this algorithm, and we made a top 10 list.
We did. So, yeah, because usually, as everyone knows, we typically each have our own top 5 or something. And then Sandra yells at me by the end of the show.
And then
But-
Sandra has top 6.
That as well. But this time we each did our top, because this is a top 10 werewolf films of all time.
This is it.
I mean, it gets no better than that.
No, this is it.
So instead of us just like one person picking it and saying this is it, we took 3 different lists and combined those to absolutely get the 3 best. Sorry, the top 10 list of werewolf films.
It was more like alchemy. We transformed it into one list.
There you go. I mean, but we did it, like you said, it was numbers and algorithms and
so much
Science.
number crunching.
So
Lots and lots of science.
lots of science.
So much science.
So much. We were blinded by it. There was so much.
That was funny. That was funny.
Nah, that was cheap.
Nice. No, it was
I
a
went
good
for the
joke.
cheap. I went for the cheap one.
No, it was good.
Okay. So did you guys see how I asked if we could switch number 10 from what it was originally to what hopefully you guys have now? I put it in the list I sent you this afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember. So let's go with yes.
Wait, do you have the list I sent this afternoon?
Yeah.
Do you have
Yes.
that? Okay. Then we're
That's
okay.
what I wrote down. That's what I'm working off of.
And hopefully
we
producer
also
Scott.
have-
What?
Oh, we also have honorable mentions too.
We do.
We
do
got
indeed.
everything. We got everything.
We got it all. Let's get into it though.
All right.
Okay.
What's
So how do
number
we
10?
start? Scott has pictures? Are we doing that? We do.
There are-
Cool.
There are images.
All right.
Okay.
So the number 10, we had number 10, which we're starting with, right?
Okay, well, we can't see it, bro. You gotta tell us.
Oh, you can't see it? I'm sorry. Okay, number 10 then. If hopefully, provided you guys saw what I sent you this afternoon, should be Teen Wolf.
Yes, Teen
We're
Wolf.
on the same page.
You guys talked
Yes.
about Teen Wolf.
Okay. And I'm not hearing anything in my ear about Scott going, what? So Teen Wolf. Michael J. Fox, a wonderful 80s film. I was hesitant about picking it at first, because I know it's not like the greatest film in the world. But
No.
after I had thought about it and the fact that I didn't choose it, I was kind of like, you know what? This film I think should be up there just for the fact that it took the werewolf lore and it kind of threw it around a little bit and kicked it in the butt and turned it into a 80s comedy starring Michael J. Fox. So
right.
I mean, it had the whole
no killing,
right?
No blood,
no killing, no blood.
Perfectly controlled werewolves that just happen to live amongst us.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they ate regular food, huh? I don't even remember now, but
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I believe they just sort of glossed over I don't know. In this movie, I feel that all being a werewolf did was it just gave you heightened powers, and that was pretty much it.
You could play
some
basketball
extra hair.
well.
Yeah,
and you play basketball well. Yeah,
and it made everyone like you a lot.
And you can surf on the top of a van down the street
safely.
Right.
I've seen this movie once.
Okay.
I've seen this movie once, and I remember liking it okay.
All right. Now, see, I could see that because for Caleb and I watching it, we were all of 10 to 12 years old.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different again. You're talking, it's, Marty McFly, fresh off of Back to the Future. Anything he does is gold now. So anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And for a 10-year-old, it probably was, but.
Right.
Yeah.
And for me, I thought that that's what like high school parties would be like. Boy, was I disappointed.
You also didn't become a werewolf at the right age. I mean, it's just full of disappointments.
Yeah, but
that's true, huh?
Sometimes it skips a generation, though.
Like twins.
Okay. All right.
Can I talk about number 9?
Please
do.
Absolutely.
Number 9 is Underworld. Yeah. People know I love this movie. I talked about it in the vampire episode because it's a twofer. It's a vampire and a werewolf movie. Like, hello. There's some mediocre sequels that I still enjoy, but the first one is awesome. It's badass action horror movie. Love the depiction of the war between the two species. Yeah, it's just really good. And getting to see Michael Sheen in a role like that, where he's got like cool hair and stuff, and he's like snarly and like a badass. You don't get to see that a whole lot. I know you guys are not huge Underworld fans, but for all of us that are, I just want to say, super proud of you, Underworld, for making it onto the list. I fought for you. I love you. I love you, Underworld.
I love you, Underworld. What's the main gal in it?
That character or the actress?
The actress.
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale. Okay, got it. Is she's in all of them? The sequels? No.
No.
Okay.
The original cast does not transcend the entire series.
The Underworld universe,
which means they wanted too much money, and they're like,
yeah, and the scripts aren't very good.
It's not that big of a. So.
Yeah, the scripts aren't very good, but they're still fun. But the first one is all around awesome.
Of the ones I've seen, the first is definitely the goodest.
The goodest. Sure.
So Lewis says that he's got it on his list, but it's higher.
Yeah.
Well, Lewis, it was higher on my list originally too, bro. But then these clowns got involved.
But then the algorithm took over.
Yes, the algorithm, the scientific method went into effect, and it did drift Snowflake like down the list.
I think, Caleb, was that the one where both of us were like, what? How did that even make it on there? We didn't have it on our list.
Yeah. Either one of
and the algorithm's like, well, it was high on her list. So.
Yes. And So when we say the algorithm, it was an Excel spreadsheet that Scott made and
Yes.
then assigned points to things, but it was
on
still
the spot though.
well, it was beyond the skill set of the three of us.
That's for
Yeah.
sure.
We were like, should we Rochambeau the movie?
Well, we're the creatives. We're the creatives, so we
We're the
have to create.
We're
Yeah.
not what you would call smart people, but we are charming. We are charming.
We're so charming. That's how we get through in life. I use my looks and my charm to get through in life.
Charming
So-
AF.
How's that
Exactly.
working for you?
Yeah, not so good. Yeah, I gotta be honest. You know,
That's okay. Few more
Could be
tests.
better.
Yeah.
Could be better.
no.
all right. Number 8. Who wants number 8? Caleb?
Well, I'll start it out. Number
Okay.
8 was Ginger Snaps,
Woo.
which
Ginger snaps.
I had never seen before.
These guys have never seen it.
Yeah, I'd never even heard of it, and it was great. It's a really good werewolf movie.
Ginger Snaps, I love this movie. Most girls who like horror have seen this. It is iconic female horror movie. That's why it was like so shocking to me, well, especially Neil, that you hadn't seen it. And it's like it's cult status, it's dark humor, it's just awesome teenage girl angst. Love it. Hey, you know what? It's a cult classic, so maybe we could like watch it on the big screen sometime.
It came out in what year was it?
2000.
Was it
2000.
2000? Let's say 99, 2000. Okay, yeah.
So that's plenty old
It's getting
enough.
close. It's getting close. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Oh my god, whatever. You showed the others.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But
Neil, that's
Oh,
going to keep
whatever.
coming back to haunt you. Anytime any of us suggest anything from 99, 2000, and
Yep.
you're like, I don't know, we're all going to be like, but what about the others though?
mhm, seriously,
Yeah, no. it was
apparently
just a-
Sandra's taken over the cult film series as well. So I just got to sit back.
That's what happens when she sucks her soul out.
I don't get I know. So I saw Ginger Snaps also. I managed to squeeze it in before we had our
Okay.
show. So yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought the two gals, the sisters were great. I enjoyed them.
Iconic.
Yeah,
Iconic.
I thought
I like the
Mimi.
mom.
Yeah, Mimi was
Rogers.
Oh my god, so much comedic
But-
fodder.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was a little let down at the end. Like I thought it kind of started to have a little bit of falling apart. It wasn't as tight as the rest of the movie. In my opinion, once they got into kind of what was going to happen in the house at the end, but otherwise, again, it was a good film, very entertaining,
Right.
very well done.
I think it's more like the movie's like important, it's like important to a lot of us lady horror fans,
Okay,
so we
Yeah,
can
for sure.
forgive some of the plot stuff. And like those girls remind me so much of my dear self. My dear
Right.
self.
no, and all that stuff was great. I mean, and might say
Yeah.
the end. I mean, because it had kind of a pace to it. I thought, I guess,
Yes,
that
yeah.
I kind of liked, and that it was picking up. And then I thought the way they had it all take place in the house, how it happened, it kind of slowed it down. So it didn't keep that same urgency, I guess, that I was kind of expecting that to come out of it.
Neil wanted urgency.
But, that's right. But
Twin
So-
urgency werewolves. You know what though? That's a really good segue for the next title, which I think you should introduce.
yes, number 7 was one that I quite enjoyed, that our algorithm thought was putrid.
No,
That
not.
one.
What about
No?
me?
Well, no, you
I
like
loved
it,
it.
yeah. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not there yet. I was gonna
Oh,
get you.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I'm a-
Sandra and I both quite liked this film. The algorithm and Caleb thought not so much.
I
But-
think this movie broke my algorithm, to be honest with you.
And that would be The Company of Wolves.
Yes.
Yes, The Company of Wolves is a wonderful 80s film that takes all this dark imagery and this like haunting vision of darkness and
So dark.
fairy
So
tales.
dark, y'all.
and it like
Yeah.
wraps it up, and then it goes like all Inception on you with the girl dreaming who then gets stories being told within a dream, and you don't know what the hell's going on, and the devil drives up in a Rolls Royce.
It's sickening. It's
So-
sickening. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So this movie came out before I was born, and I had never seen this, and I am shocked. I am shocked that I've never seen this movie, and that somebody, Neil, maybe you're responsible. I don't know. Wasn't like, Sandra, you need to watch this because this is totally your friggin' jam.
That's
'Cause it
exactly what I
so
said once we
was.
decided
Yeah.
to do werewolf films. That's what I said to you.
Yeah, you were like, you will dig it, and you were so right. It's fantasy, it's allegorical coming of age, female experience stuff, fantasy, Brothers Grimm.
Yeah.
It's so freaking cool. It's like Labyrinth and Legend. It's like, you know,
It is.
it's
All
like
this-
now it's in that holy triumvirate for me now.
Wow, that's cool. And it's Scott is being funny. The algorithm is saying that alternate titles would be Werewolf She Wrote, which is really good because
That's
Angela
really good.
Lansbury is in it.
Angela Lansbury's in it. She plays
is in it.
Granny.
Or he said Perception. So Perception. So very good.
Perception. That's clever. That was clever algorithm.
Yes, very clever. And the set design, the sets and everything were just, and that was my first thing I said. I was like, holy cow, this is like reminiscent of classic filmmaking.
Yes.
The sets were huge. They're
Huge
clearly-
soundstage. Yeah.
Clearly on a soundstage, but they were so
Yeah.
gorgeous to look at though.
Oh, they're
Yes.
amazing. There's giant mushrooms and huge dolls. Where do I sign up? Like, yes. Yeah, that's my aesthetic. I got mushrooms, mushroom tattoos. Like, come on now. Like, that's come on now. It's perfect. And great costumes too. And a very young Stephen Rea has a great transformation scene.
Yeah, really
That's
cool
the one where he
transformation.
rips
But Caleb probably, if any part Caleb
rips his
liked,
skin off.
yeah, he rips his skin off
Yeah,
his
no,
face.
no.
So basically, the transformation is like
the
no
notes
skin.
No Skin Club.
Right. No, the notes I wrote for this were WTF ? Exclamation point, and then sets ! Exclamation point, and then face rip transformation. So,
Exclamation point.
exclamation point. I'm all about the exclamation point.
Yes. Yes. So as am I.
Punctuation is important.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Should we hit him with number 6?
And you never don't trust a man who's
Oh my God, Neil's like Neil like roboted out for a minute. Are you back, Neil? Is that really you?
oh my god again. Gone or
You're back.
I'm back. All right. If I keep going
Yes,
out,
Neil,
just go
never
on without me.
trust a man
Carry on without
whose
me.
eyebrows meet.
No, don't trust him, apparently. Or do. That's kind of also the message. Because you know what? You're a bad bitch and you can handle it. And that is the moral of the story.
True
Okay.
that.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Sandra.
Go, Sandra. Go.
Me? Yay!
Do
So
it, do
this
it.
one is one that I recently saw because it was on my shame list. I hadn't seen this, if you guys remember, and I was ashamed of myself. And then I watched it, and I was like, "This movie is freaking awesome!" The Howling. Hello, like I knew I was gonna love it. I was not disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Solid film.
Howling.
it definitely delivers.
Yeah. A Joe Dante classic.
D. Wallace.
Came out but even before American Werewolf in London.
Yes.
You know, kind of set the trend maybe even for werewolf films in the early 80s, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Maybe. You
It's
think so?
it's a
Yeah.
badass movie. Yeah, I think it helped. If anything, I think it ushered them in.
I would think so.
It set a high standard.
I mean,
Except
Joe
for that-
Dante and John
Oh, go
Landis,
ahead.
come from the same ilk, came up together through, filmmaking annals, if you will. So it makes sense,
Yes. I
Okay,
concur.
What do we like about the film?
The Howling?
Yeah.
We like everything.
Everything?
Oh, okay.
Everything about it?
I love it. So, in case you don't remember, because I kind of briefly like shared my thoughts when we had our homework follow up from the shame episode. I said it was really cool. Like there was this interesting undercurrent of like Dee Wallace's character, kind of being Me Too'd a little bit, and like even when she, like I said, even when she has the evidence, even when she has proof, still like nobody believes her. She turns into a really pretty puppy wolf. Super pretty. Super pretty.
she's very cute.
The only thing that we didn't like, and I wouldn't even say we didn't like it, but the last line is a bit cheesy.
What was the last line? Remind me.
Rare. It's the last line.
It's the last one.
Rare.
But it's basically there's like a secret cult, and I love movies where there's a secret cult.
And if it's a werewolf cult, you're gonna love it even more.
Right?
Sign me up.
Yeah, you're all over that. Werewolf cult. Yeah, so
Checks
there's
a lot of boxes.
Serial killer, right? A serial killer that she meets that
she tries to like set him up, and doesn't work out, and that's really traumatizing for her. And so then she goes to like the little retreat in the woods, thinking she's like gonna like do therapy and whatever and heal, and well, that was a big fat lie.
Yeah, that didn't quite happen. So
no,
there she meets her.
It's awesome.
Her husband ends up becoming more of a, abusive werewolf man.
Yep.
Unfortunately, and her friend comes to visit. It gets wiped out really quick by the Robert Picardo werewolf.
Robert Picardo werewolf.
The scene I love the most, where she's going through the file cabinet, and then the werewolf just kind of takes his hand. And flicks a file right out of her. I'll take that. Thank you.
Exactly.
Then begins
like,
the slowest transformation scene in werewolf history.
Yes, there's such a thing as HIPAA, and you do not have a right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that transformation scene does take a long time, and I feel like had she just run right then, she probably could have been like to the next county almost.
Like I said, I think she was in shock.
I think that is one way to explain it, and that's totally understandable because she's already had all these traumatic things happen to her already, and now all of a sudden there's this, 8-foot tall wolf thing in front of her. So
yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
It is. It goes for, and I think, like I said before, for that is, I think John Landis and Rick Baker learned, okay, we can cut a little bit out of that.
We can speed this up.
Don't stretch it out so long. But,
like maybe we could speed it along a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Don't eat up 10 minutes of film for that.
10 minutes, 15 minutes.
But
who's
cool
counting?
Stuff.
Well, and I like
super
that they
cool
all,
though.
Used bladders and to get that like undulating face thing going on.
Yeah.
Hella cool. Hella cool.
So,
super cool.
He was covered in bladders.
Practical effects. And hella bladders.
Neil, you're kind of roboting out a little bit, but you kind of come in and out with being a robot and being a regular human boy. So we're just going to roll with it.
We do what we can.
We do what we can. He's a real boy. I think we should move on to number 5. Okay.
So number 5, we've got the Wolfman, the original. The old black
OG.
And white. Yeah, Lon Chaney Jr.
1941.
1941. Hell of a year.
I'm just gonna talk.
There's like
I'm gonna talk in short
World
verse.
War going on, and
Pearl Harbor. Yeah, there's so much. So, this is of course a universal classic. I always cite it as being one of the first, if not the first horror movie I ever saw as a little kid. I know I watched all the Universal canon around the same time, but this is the one that like really stuck with me. Definitely planted the seed of werewolves as something I love.
Okay.
I don't know. It's iconic, first of all.
Yeah.
It's sad and gothic and romantic, just like Dracula. And you got Bela Lugosi doing a whole thing too.
Yeah.
You had not seen it, Caleb? Or
I had not seen it until a few days ago. So I really enjoyed it. Funny thing, at one point I was walking into the kitchen and I heard this voice, and I'm like, I fucking know that voice. I just heard it in something. I couldn't, and then I go and look at the guy and I'm like, oh, it looks kind of familiar, but I go and look him up on IMDb, and it's Ralph Bellamy, who plays Randolph Duke in Trading Places.
oh my
and
God.
his voice sounds exactly the same. So that was kind of fun.
Oh my God. The connections,
The connections,
the fissures.
Yeah.
Neil, you can talk.
Can he though? I don't think he can hear though.
Neil, say something. He's just looks.
Can I? I don't know.
Dude, you have to talk. That's the only way we know if you're being a robot or a person.
Do I?
Robot. Neil, just try every once in a while to chime in with something, and if you're there, you're there.
I'm trying to be a real boy.
Oh my God, now you sound drunk. It's great. No, this is great.
Too much fruit punch.
Too much fruit punch. Hitting that fruit punch. Oh man, Neil, you've got to come back because this is your jam. This movie. Up next is Silver Bullet.
That's Silver Bullet next.
Okay, let me
I'll be on the. I'll be on the chat.
So Neil, you still there with us in sound?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, much better. So we're just not going to look at you, but you can talk.
So talk
about fine. I can get naked. Take my clothes off.
Yeah, get naked except for your wolf mask. Okay, that's what the people want.
Yes.
And then just describe it in the chat.
Okay.
Talk to us about Silver Bullet, my friend.
Silver Bullet. Yeah, so Silver Bullet is probably one of my top vampire films. Vampire. What are we talking about? Werewolves films.
Here. Werewolves. Oh my God, he's a robot. It's not Neil.
Silver Bullet is a werewolf movie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so Neil likes this movie. He thinks it is fun.
Neil had a great time.
Yeah, so we talked about Stephen King a few weeks ago, and this was one of Neil's top Stephen King films. Neil's now talking about himself in a third person for some reason.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
As Neil should.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great film. We very much like the whole fact that it's a mystery of who the werewolf is, and it's part of what you're solving is that mystery in wonderful Tarker's Mills, somewhere in middle America, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Little Corey Haim on his motorized wheelchair. His sister narrates the film, which is kind of cool, the way they kind of took it that direction. Made his sister a larger part. Gary Busey, of course, as the crazy uncle. And it's just, I think overall just a really fun film that they did actually fairly well for what it was. Like you forget there's a little bit of gore in it, but there actually is. That still looks pretty good. I love the fact that spoiler alert, that the the preacher, ends up being the werewolf, the bad guy in the movie. So it's a fun little twist that they did. So I apologize, Mark and Michael and the other guy, our other
Neil,
follower,
also Neil.
Pastor Neil Ansley. Yeah. But Silver Bullet. Check it out.
Silver Bullet. No, it's a good one.
It's a good movie. It's a fun movie.
No, and Gary Busey. My note on him is he's Uncle Red, but he's like the coolest, but also the worst uncle ever.
Relatable.
Well, I mean, it's just like, at the one point where they're playing cards or something, and he's just drinking like wild turkey straight out of the bottle.
Yeah,
like Neil.
Yeah,
our Neil does that.
But then he's like, I'm gonna take him home, and Mom's like, all right, I guess so.
Oh, the 80s.
So, yeah, gives him like a wicked cool wheelchair, but not a helmet. It was the 80s, so I guess helmets weren't really a thing. But
what's a helmet? You all said.
And I'm pretty sure
we all know that Gary Busey doesn't like helmets. So
this is also true. I wonder if that was intentional.
Yeah.
He's like, I won't make this movie unless I don't have to wear a helmet. I don't like helmets.
Yeah, good point. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, he was anti-helmet.
He takes a hard stance on helmets.
A very hard stance. So, and it's got some comedy in it too, like the hunting party. I always thought that was pretty funny with the bar owner with the bat. And
real effective weapon.
The Peacemaker.
So that's right. Yeah, that's what it was called.
Well, I like how the sister goes to jump off the cans, and then falls in some of the cans. They fall away, and you see the Peacemaker in there, and she starts to go, "Uh-oh, what's going on here?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Anyway, okay.
I had an idea, you guys. Oh, yeah, I had an idea. Before we do our top 3, maybe we should do our honorable mentions now.
Okay.
Oh, I hear a doggy.
I hear
a doggo.
Werewolf. No, that was me putting my collar back on.
Neil, you're supposed to be naked.
Well, yeah, I got a collar.
Yeah,
a collar on.
Everything but a collar. Yeah, I mean just a collar.
Let's go. So one thing that was on our list but got booted into honorable mention that I'm so glad about. You guys know what this is. Is that fucking Jack Nicholson movie, Wolf. Like, that terrible freaking movie that has good actors in it was a waste of good actors. He and Michelle Pfeiffer. That movie is so dumb, you guys. Why is it an honorable mention?
Because it's
Do you
Jack
like my
Nicholson.
insult setup? They don't even you can't even see that movie. You can't even see that movie. Like, you can't find it because Jack Nicholson had people bury it. He and Michelle Pfeiffer were like, nobody can watch this friggin' movie. Kill it with fire. Salt the earth so nothing will grow upon it.
Man, that's brutal.
No, but tell us how you really feel.
Really, I just think it's cheesy. But I think it's funny how sometimes when you can tell that everybody involved is like, hide the movie. Don't let anybody touch it.
Do you think that's
I don't know. That was a big flick for today. It was,
it was.
Yeah, but now you can't find it.
No, but that just could be a rights thing.
Yeah, because it's like a human rights violation. So, if you've never seen Wolf, children, I saw it when I was probably like 11 or something. I for the first time, and then I tried to watch it again as a teenager, and I'm like, still sucks. Is watch the movie trailer on YouTube. You will laugh, you will cry, and then you will laugh some more.
Okay,
I do like laughing.
Oh, then you must watch the trailer. Oh, you simply must.
Crying, I must.
Well, Lewis disagrees with you. Lewis says he liked it a lot.
Oh, Lewis, you're so sweet. Bless you.
I haven't seen it in 20 years, but I enjoyed it.
Lewis, bless your heart.
James Spader is always good.
For whatever that means. Yeah.
James Spader. That's right. James
the James Spader, Jack Nicholson wolf fight at the end. Epic.
Right.
Jack Nicholson peeing on his shoes. Remember in the bathroom?
Yes. Ugh.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, need we say more?
Okay, let's move on. This isn't the wolf show.
Okay. Some people tried to make it that way. The algorithm fought you. Some of the other ones we have on here are more like wolf adjacent. Like I had put Trick or Treat on my list because I love the werewolf segment in that anthology. I think it's like an awesome werewolf segment. But since it's an anthology with lots of different themes, it's not really a werewolf movie. But it made my list.
Yeah. One that
sure.
One that I was suggesting people watch, and Caleb did watch, was Bad Moon. So Bad Moon would win the award, my award for worst transformation scene of a werewolf in a werewolf movie for sure.
Absolutely.
Using some incredibly horrendous CGI to make this like, I don't even know how to describe it, like a puffy, really fake looking
gelatinous blob.
Yeah, gelatinous kind of bubbly thing.
Wow.
It is a terrible.
And isn't this like a fairly recent movie?
It's like
mid-90s, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a little bit later than that. I have not seen it.
You were not missing much, but the werewolf in it, once it finally transforms, is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is worth a look just to see the practical werewolf effects.
It's just rough getting there.
Yeah. 96, by the way, is when it came out.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, quite a bit older than I thought it was.
Yeah, but like Mark in our audience, Mark's pointing out that it was told from basically not for the most part, but partially from the viewpoint of the dog that's in it. Like Caleb said, the book apparently is probably more about from that viewpoint versus the movie.
Right.
But because it seems like a lot of it ends up becoming through the eyes of his sister, Mariel Hemingway, is in it. Plays Michael Paré's sister.
I'm sorry, whose sister?
Michael Paré.
I love the way you say that. I wish that was like my text tone whenever I got a text message. It was just you saying Michael Paré.
We can do that.
We can make that happen. It's so good.
Michael Paré. Michael Paré is calling.
Oh my god! And it would like happen because I get so many text messages. It would be like, bing, bing.
You do.
I love it.
But yeah, so it's got, like Caleb said, the practical werewolf is actually pretty cool. And Caleb, the end of it, the movie where the dream thing at the end.
Oh yeah,
that would have been a good way to end it, right?
That was actually pretty cool, actually, because so spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen it. We're gonna ruin the ending. At the very end, the dog turns into a were dog, I guess.
Classic.
Which I thought was pretty ingenious, because why not? Humans turn into werewolves after they're scratched or bitten, so why not the dog? But
canine to canine,
Yeah.
Interesting.
But then he wakes up and he didn't turn into, though. That's the whole point.
But then it was all a dream. So
which sucks.
The U.S. happy ending.
Yep. The U.S.
What was it? The show, it was Dallas, right? Where it was famously a dream. They kind of Dallased the werewolf situation. Yeah.
Correct.
Another movie that was an honorable mention that we kind of cheekily wanted to have on the list, quite cheekily, in fact, was What We Do in the Shadows, because we all love it. And the werewolves are a prominent feature in that film. But it is the vampire show.
Yes.
But you could not, that movie was enriched greatly by the werewolves.
Yeah.
Werewolves, not swearwolves, yeah.
Werewolves, not swearwolves.
We all agree that's a great film. It's just not a werewolf movie, per se.
Yeah, but it's like we're giving a little tip of the hat. A little tip of the hat to What We Do in the Shadows. Do you guys have any other honorable mentions, or shall we move on to the top three?
Not me.
Wolf Cop.
Wolf Cop honorable mention. I know Wolf Cop is it has a following. People love the Wolf Cop. I've never seen it.
So as I was telling Sandra earlier before we started, I had watched so many werewolf movies that I was just kind of getting burnt out, and Wolf Cop was just it's stupid comedy. It's not even really intelligent comedy, but it's more of like Teen Wolf. He gets bit. I mean, he gets bitten, unlike Teen Wolf, but he retains his humanity through it all. So he can still talk, and he just has like heightened powers.
And is he like excessively hairy?
And he's excessively hairy, so he looks like one, but he's not going around like killing.
He's still anthropomorphic.
Yes.
A two-legger.
Yes. And he's not killing to eat or just to kill. He's a cop, so he's solving a case, solving a crime. And he's out
he's a detective?
He's a cop. He's a sheriff.
Oh, he's a sheriff. Okay. I was going to say it should be like Detective Wolf or something if he's a detective, like Law and Order Werewolf or something.
There's a secret society in it.
Kind of like a cult.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm
so for that, you might want to check it out.
Okay, werewolves. All right. Caleb knows the way to my heart.
I know. I can't believe I didn't lead with that.
So it does bear mentioning that a lot of the movies on this list, Caleb had never seen.
No.
So this was like
most of these I'd never seen.
Yeah, so he got like Werewolf 101 this week. He went hard, you guys.
Really hard. So much so that I'm probably not going to watch a movie for like 20 years.
No, don't say that. Don't say that, evil. That's a jinx. Well, I think you should introduce our number 3 movie because I know you really, really liked it a lot, which warms my heart.
I did.
You did.
Did I?
You said you did.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Are we doing Dog Soldiers now?
That's right. And you told me you really liked it. Was that a lie too?
That's totally a lie. I just wanted to get it high up on the. No, this Dog Soldiers is awesome.
You little beast.
No, Dog Soldiers is dope.
It is dope. Dog Soldiers is dope AF. Neil, are you still there?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. But go ahead, Caleb. Talk to us about how much you loved it.
I loved it, and I loved it, and then I loved it some more, and then I might rewatch that again.
Yeah.
Maybe. Possibly.
It's got a lot of
probably.
It's got some good humor in it too. And just sickening.
Humor, yeah.
It's got some sickening werewolves.
Yeah. Well, they're really tall, that's for sure.
Which is so creepy.
Yeah. They don't really do like a transformation scene, right? I'm remembering
not really.
Correctly, right? Like,
no, it's not really about that.
Like the eyes or whatever, and put some fangs in them, and then cut to the regular actor, and then cut back, and then they would fully transform. But
right,
it's just cool. Like I don't know, I kind of think I enjoy movies where like groups of soldiers get trapped somewhere and have to do soldier
like Predator
stuff. Like yeah, exactly. Like I don't I don't like war. I don't
no, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Those movies are kind of fun because I feel it almost kind of puts the protagonist, if you will, at an equal or a little bit more of an equal footing with the werewolf, and instead of like just the werewolf just running through shit and killing everybody, at ease. Like
mowing everybody down.
At least they have guns. They know how to use them. They know like tactical stuff, and So yeah, I think I just like that. I mean, if they're done well, and this was done well.
It's like it's like predators versus predators, right? Like alpha forces versus alpha forces. Yes. I thought it was such a fun movie. It's a UK movie. It was one of those, like, I watched it not that long ago, maybe like 3 years ago for the first time, and I immediately, as soon as it was done, I was like, Scott, you have to see this movie. he's not a huge horror film fan, but he's decent. He's decent, and he's really earned his stripes. And I was like, "You're gonna love it." And spoiler alert, he did. I don't know anybody that doesn't like this movie, and for a lot of us, it's like a hidden gem too. What do you think, Neil?
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was a great film. I don't think that I'd heard of it either. At least not that I remember. So when I actually sat down and watched it, it was a lot of fun for sure. And it was a good time.
Fun. It's fun.
And the characters are pretty well defined for how quickly you have to kind of get used to who they are and moving through them. So you kind of gave a shit when as they get wiped out, and
yeah,
you got the
you do, yeah.
No, you do feel kind of bad, like I mean, especially towards the end, the Spooner character, or Spoon as they called him, and the line was someone said spoon, and the other guy says there is no spoon, like the Matrix.
Yeah. A callback there, yeah.
So, and Sir Davos, the Onion Knight from Game of Thrones, was in it.
Good point. Yes, he was. He's good. He's got that nice. He's got like a lot of grit. He's a gritty man.
Yeah. Well, and he played a bad guy in it, so
yeah, it was pretty cool.
He did it well. So yeah, no, good movie. That's I am very happy, very glad that I watched that movie.
Yay!
Number 3, Dog Soldiers.
Can I introduce number?
Yep,
number
that's yours.
Oh, I'm so excited! This movie has such a place in my heart. Our number 2 pick in the algorithm of Werewolf is Late Phases. This is another movie that flies under the radar for a lot of people. I watched it, gosh, a long time ago. I think I saw it on demand, like when it came out, and I told Neil, like in the past like 2 years, I probably watched it 4 times. It's a wonderful movie about a retired army dude who is blind and living in a retirement community with other elderly folks, and they've got a werewolf problem. And he's just the man for the job.
Yeah.
It's
and
got
he's very
heart.
gung-ho.
Yes, it's got, well, I don't want to spoil it. I refuse to spoil why he's gung-ho, but he has his reasons. And it is so justified. It's got a lot of heart, this movie. It'll like get you in the feels. I believe I did cry the first time I watched it. It's also really darkly funny, which I appreciate. Some good gallows humor, and Tom Noonan, people.
Mm-hmm. Noonan, yeah.
And a great badass werewolf too. It's another tall werewolf.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, the werewolves there were a little more fluffy.
You'd say fluffy.
They were fluffier. They all kind of had their own different look, which is good because that's, you think about that werewolves don't have to all look alike. They can
the same, right?
Yeah, they can all kind of have their own look.
It looks more like a pack than like they just duplicated one suit or something.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. What'd you guys think about it? Because I love it. I love it so much, and obviously you guys liked it too.
Again, a movie I had never heard of. I had never so I was so happy to watch this one. You brought up Tom Noonan, and that was one of my favorite lines where he said, "Hey father, can I bum a smoke?" And he gives him the one that he's smoking.
Yep.
And then takes one out of his pack and lights it up for himself.
Right, it's like he's blind. He won't know this one's half done.
Couldn't give him one, a fresh cigarette,
no.
if you will.
Oh, Tom Noonan is a damn gem, and Nick D'Amici is just, I don't know how to say his last name, but I think it's Nick D'Amici. Anyway, I love him. He's freaking fantastic.
Yeah, no, he does a really, really great job. And then doesn't this have a nice skin ripping thing off too, if I remember correctly? The final,
yes.
The main one.
Yeah, it's kind of a brutal, feel to it.
Right. So.
Yeah, it was good. It was a great film, though. I mean, like I said, the characters are obviously what this movie's about.
Right.
You know, even Ethan Embry, I thought did a really great job with what he was with his doing and his accent, the whole thing. I mean, it was a good character piece. Kind of wrapped.
I love how Ethan Embry is like nobody's seen him since the 90s. Then all of a sudden he just pops up in horror movies like this and Devil's Candy, and it's like, okay, I'm totally fine with you. Like that's all you do now, I guess. Is he just like comes back and is a horror movie like every other year?
Yeah, I mean, he was on. Didn't he have like a one episode Walking Dead?
Oh God, I don't even remember.
Yeah, either do I.
Did he just play a dead person and we just didn't even realize it was him?
Oh no! I think he was like a character that they met, and you're like, oh, they're gonna add him to the group, and then
nope. Ethan Embry's like, I'm a one and done actor these days.
He was just wandering through the Georgia woods, got caught up in the film,
a group that they met. I can't remember the specifics because it was a while ago, but I mean, I heard him on a podcast. And I don't know if this is like true or not, but he said he's got a kid and he wants to spend as much time with his daughter as possible, and so he will only do 2 projects a year, and that's it.
Wow.
And the rest of the time is just now maybe that's BS, and he's just not getting offered work, but
he's like, this was my choice, God damn it.
Who knows? But
yeah, I like that. I like that attitude. So. Yeah. And you're not allowed to lie to Chris Hardwick. It's like lying on the stand.
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, you guys, I guess we should tell you what our number 1 pick is. It should be no surprise at this point.
No surprise at all. Yeah.
Nice.
Hit it, Neil.
Underworld Part 2.
What? Oh,
Underworld Part 2.
Underworld Part 2?
Yes. No. Okay. Actually. No, that was not the number 1 pick.
More under-er.
You're
the underist?
The underist, yes. And it's not in the Twilight franchise, actually. Not
surprisingly.
Oh man, nope. Yeah. That didn't even get an honorable mention.
It got a dishonorable mention. Go ahead, Neil. Take it away.
All right. Number 1, as anyone can imagine, is the lovely and wonderful American Werewolf in London.
Woo!
You have to put that as number 1 for sure.
Can I just say?
Yep.
Can I just say?
Yeah,
Mommy, a naked American man stole my balloons.
Yes, very good.
Happens all the time. That's gotta.
It was worth cutting you off for that. Everybody loves that.
You're right.
We should make that as a Cult Show T-shirt.
We should actually.
Go ahead.
You're right.
Go ahead, Neil. I rudely cut you off. Please.
No. It's okay. You had something more important to say, so it's okay.
It was. Yeah. It was.
Okay. American Werewolf in London. This film works on so many levels because it's horrific. It is funny. It's got special effects. It's got characters that fall in love with each other.
Romance. We call that romance.
We do call that romance, I guess, if you will.
Uh-huh.
So,
I don't.
You've got, there's so many different elements to it that work together perfectly.
That's 4 awesome things right there.
4 awesome things that just intertwine and they just pull off this like wonderful, charming little film that, it starts off as 2 buddies hiking across the moors and then, off to the old slaughtered lamb and, and then just,
lamb.
Yeah.
So good.
Poor Griffin Dunn gets a little tasting of a werewolf mouth, and it's great because this is scenes of Griffin in his different stages of decomposition as he's talking
oh my god,
as he's talking to David Naughton. It's just hysterical how he just every time he shows up he's a little more decomposed. But
and that iconic dream sequence too, that's just so fucking bizarre and scary.
Yeah.
This is one of my personal favorite horror movies of all time. Absolutely, hands down, one of my favorites ever. I love it. I love it so much, and not only because of the amazing Rick Baker makeup, but for those 4 elements that you touched on, especially the humor, I love something that's like marries like kind of gory and disturbing imagery with also being legitimately funny.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I mean, really, as you think about it, how it just kind of even today we're talking about it. It's I mean, almost 40 years, later. So I mean, and we're still talking Rick Baker's amazing effects. That I mean, have not been. I can't think of anything better, honestly.
It looks I mean, it's so painful when David is transforming.
Like transforming, yeah. I like that. Yeah. I like his hands, but didn't Rick Baker win the first makeup Oscar ever presented?
Like ever? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They finally broke down and created that category because of this movie. So
and like so many movies before that deserved that wonderful award. I'm a huge makeup and costume person. I have a little bit of like a background in it, and it's just such a testament. And so many great quotable lines, and Slaughtered Lamb is rad, and their logo is even radder somehow.
It really is. Oh, and I found out like Griffin Dunn, his little sister is Dominique Dunn, the older sister from Poltergeist that was murdered.
Oh, Jesus.
I had no idea. I did not.
Yeah, that was in the
that
was in the Cursed. The Cursed show.
That's where I found it. Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Wow.
Not to. I mean, that's just sad, but not to bring this down. But
it's just weird. Yeah. It's a weird connection.
But I thought that the car crash scenes.
Yeah.
Was just amazing. It just kept going, and people just kept getting run over and shot out of windshields. And
it's like, this is what happens when you don't stick to the moors. I mean, when you don't stick to the road.
Well, okay, but how many times have we seen like epic pileups in movies where nothing happens? They get up and walk out. Where in this, they're just like, nope, you're dead.
Yeah, all the people in this, all the people in this.
Well.
All the people in the Slaughtered Lamb are like, bro, did we stutter? Like, no. This is what happens when you fuck with werewolves.
Yeah, and Caleb, it's funny you bring that up because, I mean, as far as car crashes go, I mean, John Landis is known for creating the most epic car crashes in movies in the Blues Brothers. Where you have pile up after pile up after pile up. Right. So it's funny, like in Blues Brothers, they all get up and walk away, but in this one, he's like, not this time.
This is a horror film.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
but anyway,
it really was. Because this was my first time seeing it, and apparently this should have been on my list of shame. But
shame.
But I've now seen it, so it was amazing. I mean, I can't think of another word for this movie.
I'm so glad you loved it, Caleb. I'm so glad. Just warms my heart because it's like it's just such a great movie. You guys, that was a killer list.
Killer.
I think we nailed it. I think we solved Werewolf in like about an hour-ish.
Yeah, I think the algorithm helped out.
Allowed us to save it.
Yeah. He helped out a lot.
I feel bad that the people watching the video right now can't see Neil, but for the podcast people, this is just normal.
That is true.
Yeah.
I can try pop on real quick to see what happens, but
yeah, why don't you pop on so we can say bye-bye?
In worst case, I'll be a robot, maybe.
Nope.
Oh, wait, you put your clothes on.
The clothes are back on.
Oh, no, people wanted naked Neil. Naked American man.
Okay, so questions for you. What is your favorite kind of werewolf? So there's like the kind that kind of transforms and then they wake up and they don't remember anything that they did. And then there are those that sort of retain their humanity. There are some that are horrified by what they've done if they remember or find out. and then there are others that kind of like in the howling that want to take over the world. so
Yeah.
so out of all of those and some that I've forgotten, what's your favorite?
I have to say for me, it's a little bit of a tie, but to harken back to my beloved underworld werewolves, where they are like beaten down but really prideful of like and like take ownership of like who they are. I really am attracted to that type of werewolf. It's something I like in a werewolf. And I also like ones that are I don't know what you'd call it, but they're pretty feral, they're pretty wild, kind of like your dog soldiers ones, and they get really tall and they're just really destructive and kind of feral. I enjoyed that werewolf.
In Dog Soldiers, they didn't get into the werewolf story about how they acted when they weren't turned. You know, that was strictly a story about the soldiers. So, which was also really interesting because most of the time it is about the character playing the werewolf.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say, if I had to get rid of one, I'm not a huge fan of the amnesiac werewolf. It does work in a lot of scenarios, but I like kind of acknowledging the beast within.
Okay. Interesting.
It's a deep question, Caleb.
It was just, you know, since watching all of these was sort of an education for me, you know, you start to notice, you know, it's kind of like zombies. You have the slow walkers and you have the runners and the, you know,
yes.
And with werewolves, you have even more.
There's a lot of them.
So it was kind of interesting, you know.
Yes. Did you have a favorite?
No, I don't think so. It was just kind of like I guess I would just, and that's not a question for you guys, but you know, like the filmmakers themselves. Why do you choose to do it a certain way? You know.
Yeah.
The answer is probably is just to make it your own. So.
Yeah. How about you, Neil? Any deep thoughts? No. Nothing.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Am I even moving right now or talking? Can you even
see or
hear me?
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
Not so much. Yeah.
You know, at first I say I kind of like it when they transform completely. Like it builds up to a single transformation, and they're a wolf the rest of their lives.
Yes.
Robot.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Keep talking.
Okay. I said that when the final transformation, you know, it leads up to a full transformation into wolf at the end, you know, like a Ginger Snaps or American Werewolf kind of thing. Is an interesting concept, I guess, because once they transform, or Sandra, your favorite wolf, once they transform, they're kind of like, that's it. They've done it now. They're just a crazy ass wolf wandering around the world forever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I could live that way.
You already do live that way.
Right. But you know what though? I'd have to start eating meat.
This is true.
Nah.
I don't know. You could be the first. That could be your spin. You're the veggie werewolf.
The veggie werewolf.
You always raid the chicken coops and just eat the eggs to get your protein.
And just visit with the chickens and love on them and snuggle them. Actually, I love this plan.
But then you've got the ones that can transform at will, and then those that can only transform during a full moon, and then there's a whole silver, killing them, and others.
It's true. There's so much meat.
Just a nice bullet to the head will work, and it's all over the place. It really is.
I love it. That's why it's kind of like vampires. There's a lot of rich mythos and lore.
Yeah.
Just as long as I don't have any sparkly werewolves, we're good.
Oh my god, I could be a sparkly werewolf though. Why did you have to plant that idea in my head?
When we make
could
our movie,
be
just
Michael
put that on the
Pere.
list.
Michael Pere. Michael Pare and I.
Yeah,
you guys,
Pare,
we should probably end this. Yeah, right.
For God's sakes. Put an end to Robot Neil.
All right, algorithm.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, friends.
Bye, everyone.
We love you.
Neil's waving.
Neil is waving.
Neil says goodbye. Nice to meet you, Mark. Bye, Kenneth.
Bye, Kenneth.
Bye,
Bye,
Wanda.
Mark. Bye,
See you, Wanda. We love you.